এখানে আমরা স্পোর্টস ম্যানেজমেন্ট যেটা একটা গ্রোয়িং বিজনেস হিসেবে স্পোর্টস এখানে এস্টাবলিশড হচ্ছে সেই সম্পর্কে আমরা এখানে ডিসকাস করলাম। আর আমাদের অবজেক্টিভ ছিল যে এই স্পোর্টস ইকোসিস্টেমটাকে ভারতবর্ষে কীভাবে স্ট্রেনথেন করা যায়, গ্রাসরুটস ডেভেলপমেন্ট কীভাবে করা যায়, এলিট স্পোর্টসের ডেভেলপমেন্ট কী করে করা যায়, আমরা স্পোর্টস পার্সনদের কীভাবে প্রমোট করতে পারি রাইট ফ্রম দ্য গ্রাসরুটস টু দ্য এলিট লেভেল, ইন্টারন্যাশনাল লেভেলে আমরা কীভাবে আরও বেশি মেডেল জিততে পারি এবং আমরা পুরো স্পোর্টসটাকে কীভাবে কমার্শিয়ালাইজ করতে পারি ফর ফার্দার বেটারমেন্ট অফ দ্য স্পোর্টিং ইকোসিস্টেম অফ আওয়ার কান্ট্রি। সেটা ইনফ্রাস্ট্রাকচার থেকে শুরু করে ইভেন্ট অপারেশনস থেকে শুরু করে ফেসিলিটিস ম্যানেজমেন্ট সব কিছু নিয়ে ডিসকাশন হলো। এবং তার সঙ্গে সঙ্গে আমরা ডিসকাস করলাম যে বিভিন্ন ক্লাব বা ফ্র্যাঞ্চাইজ যারা আইএসএলে খেলে, আইপিএলে খেলে, তাদের কি পার্সপেক্টিভ স্পোর্টস বিজনেস সম্পর্কে, ফেডারেশন বা অ্যাসোসিয়েশন তাদের কি পার্সপেক্টিভ, অর্থাৎ সামগ্রিকভাবে এই ডিসকাশনটা আমাদের একটা হোলিস্টিক ডেভেলপমেন্টের দিকে নিয়ে যাবে এটা আমি আশা করি। এবং যে ইনপুটসগুলো আমরা এখানে পেলাম সেগুলো ইমপ্লিমেন্ট করে আমরা আরও বেশি আরও ভালোভাবে স্পোর্টসকে প্রমোট করতে পারবো, একটা স্পোর্টস কালচার ডেভেলপ করতে পারবো, এটাই আমরা আশা করি। ধন্যবাদ।
ফিনান্সিয়ালি সাকসেসফুল না হলে কোনো কিছুই চলতে পারে না, সেটা খেলা হোক, সিনেমা হোক বা অন্য কোনো প্রকারের যে কোনো প্রকারের ব্যবসা হোক বা কাজ হোক, মানে একটা এনজিও চলতে হলেও সেখানে কিন্তু পয়সার দরকার হয়। আর আজকে মূলত বসার কারণ ছিল যে বিজনেস হিসেবে স্পোর্টস কোথায় দাঁড়িয়ে আছে এবং কোন দিকে যাচ্ছে সেটা নিয়ে। তো এই আন্ডারস্ট্যান্ডিংটা যারা স্পোর্টসের সাথে যুক্ত বা স্পোর্টসের ব্যবসায় রয়েছে তাদের মধ্যে থাকাটা খুব ইম্পর্ট্যান্ট, কারণ তবেই তারা একটা সঠিক দিশায় এগোবে এবং তাতে আলটিমেটলি স্পোর্টস বেনিফিটেড হবে।
Hello everyone, and a warm welcome to all the people here, the distinguished guests and analysts here, and guests who are as an audience. So let me introduce myself. I'm Gagan Sachdev, owner and founder director of Bodyline Sports and the Fit Expo India. And today here we are discussing about the opportunities of business in sports. And the question which has been put forward to me is obviously very, very interesting topic today, and I understand this topic will not be boring at all from when it comes to anyone who's going to speak about this, because sports and fitness is in itself a very energizing and very interesting subject. And we know, as Himika just said, that sports is more like a religion or a passion in India rather than being, you know, a kind of it's a culture, I would say, like that. So as in my journey of 28 years of being in the sports industry, I have seen relevant changes. I have seen many phases where from cottage industry to, you know, high-tech industrialization of sports manufacturing and changes in technology of sports trading. I would speak more about the business part of the whole thing. And the opportunities which have come to businessmen in terms of sports equipment and products trading has also seen a massive change. The major changes which we have noticed is in the last 10 years. And when I say 10 years, we will definitely have to discount 2.5, 3 years of that pandemic phase. But otherwise, consistently, the business of sports has grown by about 25 to 27% year on year. And as you rightly said, that the report which says the 27 billion sports market is going to be 100 billion by 2027, I would say 30% of that has already been achieved as on date. India today stands at one of the largest sporting goods manufacturing countries in Asia. Obviously, we have not beaten China as yet, but we are almost in the second position to China. And the preference of international buyers into the sports and fitness market is now India, for certain obvious reasons which I will not mention here. That China being the first preference is no more a first preference. India is the first choice, and thanks to the good governance and the initiatives taken by the government of India. Talking about sports and its business. First, I would like to say that the business of sports is completely dependent on the performance of sports and its athletes and the tally of medals which we get during national and international games. While that is important, it is also important that over the years the sports has been much glamorized, I would say. The kind of glamour which has been added by the IPLs and ISLs of the world is definitely worth a mention. And that is what is bringing money. And you know, without money, nothing can flourish. So, while industrialization is going on a very, very great level with the initiatives of the government, it is also important that we see the government's initiatives to upbring the sports culture in India. And obviously, the Ministry of Ayush, the Khelo India, the Fit India movement, all these have been instrumental in changing the scenario of sports in India. And the change is being noticed in the last 2 to 3 years. While talking about business, the cottage industry of India is, I will say a figure which you will not believe, is almost 35 billion today. I'm talking about the cottage industry in the manufacturing of sports and fitness, which are maybe registered under the MSME or not, but there are small manufacturers जो घर-घर में बना रहे हैं. And I belong to the sports industry because my father came in from Pakistan and settled in Calcutta in 1947, and since then I have been in the business of sports. I mean, my family has been in the business of sports, and we used to manufacture carom boards. So, talking about that, people from Pakistan migrated. The Hindus came to India. People who were in the Sialkot and Rawalpindi, if you may know, those was the sports hub manufacturing of the world, got settled in Jalandhar, Ludhiana and Chandigarh. Chandigarh was much later. And till today, Jalandhar has 8,000 plus cottage industries where cricket bats, footballs, gloves, shin guards are manufactured. And Jalandhar today is the biggest exporter to the entire world in terms of soccer balls and soccer accessories. So that's why I told you that figure is unbelievable, and no study has shown these figures, but these are absolutely true. Coming back to your point, Himika, that my role, my passion for this industry, I have been in 28 years into this business, and this business has given me a lot. And it is my time to give back to the industry. My love for sports, my support, little support in terms of what I can do for the athletes, for the sportsmen. With that thought process, with that initiative, I conceived the idea of the Fit Expo, where the first expo was held in 2016 with over only 10,000 square feet of area, one hall, and was attended by about 5,000–6,000 people. That gave me much encouragement. And from there on we moved step by step ahead. 2019 was the last edition, which was held over 150,000 square feet, was attended by over 80,000 plus people, and 3,600 sports athletes from the age group of 4 to maybe 45 participated in various games and activities and events, which included Kho-Kho, rugby, football, volleyball, wrestling, cycling, skating, parkour, mountaineering, climbing, and all sorts of other fitness genres. So that encouragement, that excitement which I saw in the public in those 3 days of the show, there was excitement, there was energy all around, and I have seen people who were volunteers, who were my teammates, didn't even take a break for lunch. Starting their work, yes, starting their, the show started at 10 in the morning and 8 was the closing time. And we had arranged for food packets, and some of those volunteers and team members are sitting here in audience. So thank you guys. And when I used to ask them कि भाई आपने खाना खाया, बोले सर आप प्लीज जाइए ना, अभी हमें काम करने दीजिए. So that kind of encouragement, enthusiasm takes, gives you a high and takes you to that next level. So with that passion, when it started, obviously nothing comes without money. Initially there was trouble because we being in Bengal, in Kolkata, national level players, sponsors, brands do not give us so much kind of support which they get, which normally is given to West and North India. But nevertheless, that's not the point we are discussing here. But with every second edition coming up, the things changed, and we were looked upon with an eye of respect. And that credit goes not only to people like me, that goes to each and every sportsman, each and every athlete, people who are in the industry, who have been on the ground, people who have been in the media, people who have been running sports management institutes, and people who have been taking out that little money, little effort to sponsor or support एक माली का बेटा, एक किसान का बेटा जो कॉमनवेल्थ में गेम मेडल लेके आया. So it's a joint effort, but we being Indians, we are very passionate about sports, especially football and cricket, of course. But then with every passing day, things are changing, and now, as I said, thanks to the professional leagues, the kind of money which is being pumped in, the new horizon is all set to be achieved.